move into the Thompson area athletic complex here in Jersey City, just rolling, getting on the air. We had an electrical problem in the box today. We are on the air, and we are at the top of the first inning. TCNJ with 2 foul outs to first base to start this game. 1 by Dan Cortez. The time has a lot is Zach Schindler. One county in the lineup of both teams in just a moment. In game 1 of the doubleheader here in Jersey City between the Gods and Knights and the 12th round of the College of Jersey, ranked 12th in both the D3 baseball and American Baseball Coaches Association poll. Showing the sidearm is on the Gods and Knights here. Strike down from Giving. Just above. As soon as this is happening, as we will give you today's full lineup of 20 and 6-8-3 in the conference. They are in first place. NJCU 7, 12, 5, and 6 in the league. Still fighting for an NJAC tournament berth. Foul for 11. It'll be a little quieter in the box today. We don't have a PA system, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. It's a true story. Line drive through the left side for a base hit for a second. Nick Legato took a look at it, but it was beyond his reach. So a 2-out single for Schindler, who was hitting .358 prior to that at bat. So single left over the third baseman, Boston Senior, New Jersey. TCNJ last year was 1 win shy of reaching the New York Regional Final in the NCAA tournament. You play by play for all 11 teams in New York Regional last year, so you got to know this TCNJ squad even better than I already know them, being the same team. And they returned so much down at 6 as we speak. The 0-1 hit out Gibney. There goes the run. Swung on a bit. Pulsini couldn't hold on to it, otherwise cast Lana Raleigh at Schindler out. Here, center field, catch is made to end the inning. So we'll line out the center field. Jesse Kraft makes the catch. And the first inning of the line is the run, 1 hit, 1 left out. Let's take a look now at today's lineups. First now for God Knights as they'll come to the plate. They are 17 and 12 in the year, 5 and 6 in the league. Lost last night, a night game at Montclair State, 12-5. Bill Lee leads off, plays left field. Nick Legato, the shortstop, at second. Juan Pena, the right fielder, is hitting third. Dan Gerard, the cleanup hitter, plays first. Mike Ramirez is in the 5 spot today, and the DH rather than center field. Tom Pulsini plays second base, and he bats 6. Matt Corsi is the third baseman batting 7th. Jesse Kraft, the center fielder, hits 8. Jan Castellano catches the bat 9. Sean Gibney, the pitcher for the Gotham Knights. For NJCU today, they will be facing perhaps the best pitcher on this line staff. That is Joe Cirillo, the senior out of Fairfield, New Jersey. The senior right-hander will be thrown on the plate to David Cardona III. At first base is Tommy McCarthy. Yep, the son of Philadelphia Phillies announcer Tom McCarthy. The second baseman is Brian Fisher. Shortstop is Zachary Schindler, the All-American. And the third baseman is Austin Lindsay. In the outfield today for TCNJ, Jacob Simon left. In center is Thomas Persichetti. And the right fielder is Danny Borg. Head coach for TCNJ, 11th at TCNJ, and the 27th of his collegiate baseball career is Dean Gluss, excellent head coach for the Lions. Bill Dean will lead off. He's hitting .286. Your umpires today, Bob Cardinal is calling balls and strikes in game 1, and Joe Iglio in the field. They will switch for game 2. Now, at some point today, I'm going to take a break. We'll continue streaming, but it won't be announced until softball will be on the other side of the complex. And it's senior day, so I have to go over and do the softball senior day presentation, but we will continue broadcasting today's game. There is no games today. Thursday, and I am told, you can tell from the fact that I sound a little congested, I'm in the box after the Montclair State game was postponed due to the rain, and I smelled something and couldn't figure out what it was. And I look over at the amp as the first pitch from Cirillo 2 feet inside, and black smoke was pouring out of it. I'm not kidding. Pulled every plug I could see. That eventually did. I was cut off the power, stop the problem, but the PA system is done. And hopefully we are able to have a new one at least for next season. It was obviously replaced less than 48 hours before next home game. And we'll see if we can find a portable one maybe to get through the rest of this year. But that was a pretty scary moment, folks. I had blood pulled, and in the event it got worse, obviously I wasn't going to stick around and try to be a hero. There's no sparks for electric fires here. It's kind of what it would be. 1 ball, 6 strikes. I think my wife would be pretty mad at me if I sat here and, played with fire. Two balls, 2 strikes here to Bill P, and then we'll give you Cirillo's line of the year. Cirillo is 4-1. That's fouled off with a meager 1.77 ERA. He has just been absolutely brilliant. You can't throw a better pitcher against the Knights. Cirillo might be the best pitcher in the NJAC. He has been a part of 2 shutouts, 1 is solo, 1 complete game. Strike 3 after these. Cirillo, this is his 7th appearance, all but 1 of the starts. 217 opposing batting average. In 40 and 2/3 innings, he has struck out 29. He has walked 2 batters in 40 innings. Just absolutely incredible control numbers for Cirillo. First pitch, look out. That's in the air, right center field, and the right fielder will call him off as the catch is made. And Pena is hit by the pitch on the 0-1. So Pena is hit by the pitch from Cirillo. That is just the fourth batter he has hit all season. Reminder, he's only walked 2, so he's actually hit more batters than he's walked. Dan Berardi steps in with 2 outs.
Somehow I got muted here. So Dan Berardi will be due up here. If you couldn't hear me, folks, I apologize. Somehow it looks like the mic was muted. Dean Gluss is out to have a conversation here, and I did not see what the question was as I was... they call balk? All right, well, when you're trying to figure out why your mic is muted, you don't see the balk. Pena balks over to second base. So the Gothic Knights have a 2-out runner in scoring position. Pena hit by the pitch, and then he walks. He moves over on the balk. Dan Berardi will step in, hitting .345. That is the second balk this year by Joe Cirillo. So Dan Berardi in the batter's box here. TCNJ, NJCU, we were in game 1. Hopefully things are actually working now. It's been a pretty frustrating couple days here in terms of equipment. First with the PA system fire. Dan Berardi, first pitch in the air, right field. Borup is there, and he makes the catch as Berardi flies out on the first pitch he sees. Gothic Knights have a runner at second. He's stranded. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Second inning coming up. And we are back here for the second inning. Let's give you the full lineup today for TCNJ, as we were not able to do that coming on the air late, as we had no electricity this morning. Fun times. Patrick Anderson is going to lead off here. He's the DH. He's the number 5 hitter. Will be followed by McCarthy and Simon. We'll give you the full lineup as the first pitch from Gibney is low. Danny Borup, he's the right fielder, and he leads off. Thomas Persichetti, the center fielder, bats second. Zachary Schindler's the shortstop, hitting third. Austin Lindsay, the third baseman and cleanup hitter. Anderson currently at the plate, batting fifth. Tommy McCarthy hits sixth and plays first base.
Let's give you the full lineup today for TCNJ.
Oh, great. Now we have an audio issue. There we go. That is resolved. I sound really echoey for some reason. I'm not sure why, so we're going to try to solve that, but nothing seems to want to work well today. Jacob Simon, he's a left fielder, and he bats number 7. David Cardona, the third, hits 8th and catches, and Ryan Fisher, the second baseman, hits 9th. Down the right field line, Pena on the run, dives, and nearly makes the catch in foul territory just beyond his outstretched glove, and just a long strike. play with some settings here as we can see if we can make this sound better. There is an echo right now. Pitch by Gibney is wide. And that's popped foul. Three balls, two strikes. Gibney deals in on the hands, and he walks him. So Anderson, the leadoff batter, walks and will bring up Tommy McCarthy, the junior first baseman, hitting .299. Popped in the air, shallow left field. Coming in, making the catch is Bill Feehan on the second pitch of the inning. One away to be Jacob Simon now with Anderson still at first base. The left fielder's hitting .230. Gibney hits the batter. So Simon is hit by the pitch. And two runners on for TCNJ. Third time Simon's been hit by a pitch this year. And I'll bring up the catcher, Cardona, hitting .347. So a tough spot here for Gibney. 2 on, 1 out. We are in the top of the second inning, and the first pitch is a called strike. The 0-1. That's also a called strike. So Gibney, the 0-2, sidearm delivery is low, blocked by Castellano as it was in the dirt. Again, I realize we do have an echo, trying to figure out why that's happening. A little hard to do that and also broadcast the game and do stats at the same time, but we're doing the best we can. Could use a producer, that would be helpful. The 1-2, swung on and missed, and Gibney fans Cardona. So 2 away, big strikeout for the junior right-hander, Sean Gibney, out of Rutherford, New Jersey. And I'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the lineup, the second baseman, Ryan Fisher, who is hitting .325, junior out of Robbinsville, New Jersey. As a called strike. Good spot there by Gibney. That's in the air, left field, well hit. Fian will chase it to the wall. It will score at least one run. Here comes Simon. He will score. It's a 2-out double for Ryan Fisher. And the Lions are on top, 2-0. So Danny bore up the right fielder after our first pitch foul off, fouls this one off as well. So Fisher's at second base. 2 strikes again, but 2 outs. Gibney trailing 2-0, needs to get out of this frame without any further damage. Gibney looking at Fisher. Deals. Popped in the air. Foul territory. Berardi on the run. It's going to be into the TCNJ dugout and out of play. So another 0-2 pitch here by Sean Gibney. And he chases that one, fouls it off again. So 4 straight foul balls here by Borup. Borup fouled out to the first and Berardi in the first inning. We are in the top of the second, game 1 of 2 years. All right, everyone, we should be back. A lot of technical bugs this morning. Yuri is going to update the graphics here. Maybe that took... I think we still have the echo. I have no solution for this. Score has not changed as the Gothic Knights were retired fairly quickly by Cirillo in the second inning. So it is the top of the third. Schindler, the shortstop. Schindler, 1 ball, 1 strike count here. We have a new pitcher in the game. It's Kyle McCabe out of Brick, New Jersey. McCabe, a junior left-hander out of Brick Memorial, his first year with the Gothic Knights. Line drive right. Oh, initially grabbed by Legato. Throw to first is not in time. Had he caught the ball, and that is why you see him clenching his fist right now, Legato would have had an easy 6-3 line-out double play. Couldn't hold on to it. He does retire the lead runner in Persichetti. So a fielder's choice. Persichetti's out, 6 unassisted. 1 out for the third baseman, Lindsay.
Lindsay, a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He is hitting .309 on the season. Fouled off of the mask of Castellano. The runner Schindler was in motion. He'll go back to first. Lions are going to test the arm of Castellano. That is a dangerous proposition. Three 0 TCNJ. Pitch by McCabe is wide. That'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. They're going to have a pickoff here. Berardi, and the tag is applied by Pulsini. A 1-3-6 pickoff, a 1-3-4 pickoff, I should say, as it was Pulsini who applied the tag. And now with 2 outs, Lindsay will face the 2-2 pitch here from McCabe. That's wide, ball 3. And that is lined foul. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. So Lindsay down on strikes. And in the third for the Lions, no runs, no hits, none left. 1 picked off. Bottom of the third coming up. Jesse Kraft will lead off for the Gothic Knights. And swings on and misses that one, 0-2. And that one is high. Ball and 2 strikes here by Cirillo. Popped in the air, foul territory. It is going to be caught just in front of the NJCU dugout by the TCNJ third baseman Lindsey. Good job shielding his eyes and making the catch. Jan Castellano, the catcher, now batting hitting .219. Castellano has already thrown out one runner today. The 0-1. That's a called strike. Cirillo totally in charge of this game right now. The 0-2. And that's why he's the best pitcher in the NJAC, in my opinion. Striking out Castellano on a beautiful hanging curve. Bill Feehan will try to get the Gothic Knights a base runner. They've had just one, a hit batter. That was Pena in the first. They have no hits through the first 9 to step to the plate. Alex Weinstein, thanks for watching today's game from South Florida. Ground ball towards the right side. Should be an easy play, and it is for the TCNJ second baseman, Ryan Fisher, to end the third. 4-3 ground out. No one on for the Gothic Knights as we head to the fourth. Top of the fourth inning here in Jersey City. It'll be Anderson, McCarthy, and Simon Duo for the Lions. They lead 3-0, all 3 runs coming in the top of the second inning. McCabe out for his second inning of work. First pitch, foul tip. That's low. Chopped foul towards the NJCU dugout. And be a ball and 2 strikes. Cave deals, just misses. That is low. And the count again is full. Swung on and missed, and McCabe gets him. Castellano will have to complete the play, throw down to Dan Berardi. So a swung on and miss by Anderson, and then a 2-3 at first. One away, it'll bring up McCarthy. He's son of former New York Met and current Philadelphia Phillies broadcaster Tom McCarthy, one of my favorite in the game. And McCarthy's actually done some work interning with the Reading Phillies, where my buddy Mike Ventola is the play-by-play announcer. Ventola is actually my partner on ESPN3, so got to know and hear McCarthy's work fairly well. That's a pop-up, no man's land and left, and eventually Bill Feehan, as he, Kraft, and Legato converged, made the catch. So on the 0-1 count, a fly out by McCarthy, a mile high. 2 away for Jacob Simon. The left fielder is hitting .230. He was hit by pitch and scored as part of the 2-run double by Ryan Fisher in that second inning. Low. That is wide of the plate, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. 2 outs. McCabe deals. That's a liner. Right center. Pena on his horse makes the catch in the gap. Inning over. So Juan Pena showing off his speed there in right center. He's going to be in this lineup for the Gothic Knights for the next 3 years. Came in as a sophomore eligibility-wise. He is a rookie, though, and not looking like one out there in right center. Makes the catch to end the frame. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Gothic Knights still looking for their first hit. Nick Legato, Juan Pena, Dan Berardi will try to change that here against Cirillo. And the first pitch in the 4th is ball 1. And a 2-ball count to Legato. Check, swing, he did not go around. Two-ball count. That is a fastball belt high. Cirillo deals. And that's rolled foul up the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cerullo deals. Just misses inside. Good spot by Cerullo. Couldn't get Legato to chase. And obviously not going to be a strike called. But that is a pitch that a lot of batters will chase. Cerullo, the senior right-hander out of Fairfield, a DePaul Catholic in Wayne graduate. Full count. And that is line foul up the third base side. TCNJ currently in first place in the league at 8-3. They've played 1 less game than Rutgers, Camden, and Kane, who they are tied with in conference points. And a rare walk for Nick Legato, just the 3rd walk all season by Joe Cerullo. It never happens. You get Cleveland Brown wins more often than a Joe Cerullo walk. All right, let's not get crazy there. The Browns haven't won a game in 5 years. Throw back to first. Nick Legato, by the way, always a threat to steal. He is 19 for 19. Another throw back to first. And after checking on Legato twice, Juan Pena takes ball 1. Pena was hit by a pitch. He was the only base runner for the Gothic Knights in the first 3 innings. NJCU still seeking its first hit. Another throw back to first. This time it got away. Throwing error by Cerullo. Legato around second. He'll stop there. And you checking a runner too much, that sometimes is the danger. Of course, you want to keep Legato close. So that is obviously the mental game that you have to play. Do you chance the potential for a throwing error on a checked runner when you're dealing with a runner who has not been caught stealing yet this year? And in this case, the gamble did not pay off for the Lions. 1 ball count here to Juan Pena. TCNJ is tied for first in points with both both Rutgers, Camden, and Kane, 16 points each. And that is lined to left center, and that's going to go all the way towards the fence. Legato will score easily. Pena digs to second. He dives in, safe with a double. And the first hit for the Gothic Knights drives in Nick Legato, and it's 3-1. The run is earned because Legato would have scored with his speed from first easily. That brings up Dan Berardi with no outs. That's low. Thrill taking a look at Pena. Another threat to steal. He has been caught just twice all year. He's got 21 steals. One ball, 1 strike. Berardi, slow roller foul. And it's 1-2. NJCU split with Kane. Could have easily swept that doubleheader back on March 31st. And Kane has fought its way back to be 8-4 in the league with a team that, quite frankly, is not one of the better ones they've had. That is just how good that program is. Even in an off year, they're in first place. That's wide of the plate, 2-2 on the fastball by Cirillo. Rowan, who has been ranked as high as number 1 in the country, they are 23-5 overall. To show you how difficult the NJAC is, 5 losses are in the league. They're in 4th place at 7-4. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's lined through the left side for a base hit. Pena around third. He's on his horse. He's coming home. RBI single by Dan Berardi. It's 3-2. And now Cirillo's already above his average runs allowed per game. And remember, Cirillo on the year has sub 2.0 ERA. But NJCU with one of the better offenses in the league. 92nd career RBI for Dan Berardi. He's getting closer to the century mark. And still nobody out. Mike Ramirez steps in. He ground out to first base in the 2nd inning. Taking a look at the rest of the standings, by the way, Ramapo, William Patterson are currently tied for 5th place with 12 points each. NJCU and Montclair State, both 1 win out of the playoff picture right now. That's why this weekend's action is so important for the Gothic Knights. There goes Berardi. The throw to second is in time. Berardi did not get a good jump, and he is thrown out 2-6. Not sure of the pitch. I think it was a ball. 1-1. 1-1. And now Ramirez bats with the bases empty. And Ramirez hits that one to right center. Thinking about 2. But a strong throw will make Mike Ramirez go back to first and settle for a single. However, the 3rd hit of the inning for NJCU. 3-2 Gothic Knights trail. That brings up Tom Pulsini, hitting .312. He struck out looking in the 2nd. Stockton and Rutgers Newark are at the bottom of the league right now. NJCU has 7 games left. And that's a base hit through the right side. Knocking it down. Great play by the TCNJ second baseman to knock it down. But NJCU with their 4th hit of the inning couldn't quite get it through the right side as Fisher was able to at least get a glove on it. However, Pulsini with the single. And had Berardi not been thrown out, this might be a tie game right now. So Corsi now, hitting .293, has a chance to tie the game. He flew out to right field to end the 2nd inning. And that's a ground ball to 3rd. This could be 2. On to first, it is a 5-4-3 double play. And the inning comes to a close as Corsi grounds into the double play. Pulsini is retired, but the Gothic Knights do get 2 runs back on 4 hits. 1 error, didn't affect anything. 1 left as we head to the 5th. We say goodbye to Rachel McIntyre, our scoreboard operator. And we say hello to the 5th inning when we come back. Back here for inning number 5, and McCabe. First pitch is line foul by the catcher Cardona. Popped in the air, foul, strike 2. And that's outside. Two balls and 2 strikes. McCabe deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good pitch by McCabe as he strikes out Cardona. And one away for Ryan Fisher, who has the biggest hit in this game for the Lions. A 2-run double in the second inning. Fisher Jr. out of Robbinsville, New Jersey. Low. One ball, 1 strike here. And that hit him on the left foot. You could see him grimace there. So with 1 out, we are in the top of the 5th, 3-2 TCNJ. Runner on first after Fisher's hit by the pitch, and Danny Borup, the right fielder, will step in as they check on Fisher. Another check. Another throw back to first. Nearly caught Fisher sleeping off the bag. That's a ball. 2-0. Angelo Romano from men's soccer is now on scoreboard. I sent Rachel McIntyre over to softball to do PA. Yuri Brutus is on the graphics for us today, and Ruben Acosta on the camera. McCabe's pitch is a fastball for a called strike. Two balls, 1 strike Actually, maybe was that last one fouled off as I was talking to Gene? So it's actually 2 balls and 2 strikes, right? No, he did not. 2-2, popped in the air. Left field, coming in is Fee, and on the run makes the catch for out number 2. So now 2 away, Persichetti, the center fielder. TCNJ leading by a run here. Game number 1. We have a whole nother one when this is over. Inside. One ball count. McCabe deals. Throw back to first again. Castellano keeps challenging the runner. And it'll be a 2-ball count. Fastball called strike. Three and one. Called strike as Persichetti already took that step towards first thinking it was ball 4. And it's now 3-2. McCabe trying to get out of this inning. Runner at first. 1-run lead for the Lions, the first place team in the conference. And that's a foul tip. We'll do it again. Persichetti getting just enough of that to stay alive. Are you singing over there, Yuri Brutus? There's no singing in the press box. There's no rapping in the press box either. I don't know if that was singing or rapping. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cave deals, and that is ball 4. So Persichetti works out the walk there with 2 outs, and now dangerous hitter and the shortstop Schindler. And that is wide of the plate, blocked by Castellano. Ball 1. Schindler was the co-player of the year in the NJAC last year. Pitch to him, hit in the air, center field. Kraft underneath it. He makes the catch. And a big pitch by McCabe to get out of the trouble here in the inning. So 2 left for the Lions. 3-2 they lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So Joe Cirillo, the reigning NJAC pitcher of the year, out there for another inning of work, leading 3-2. He gave up 4 hits in the last half inning after no hitting the Gothic Knights through the first 3. And he faces Kraft, Castellano, and Fian. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. First pitch was ball 1. Kraft waves at that one, 1-1. So far, Cirillo 4 innings. He has struck out 3. Shockingly walked 1. Never walks anybody. Allowed 2 runs and 4 hits over 49 pitches. McCabe has come and done a great job for the Gothic Knights. So far, 3 no-hit innings. Striking out 3 and no walks. The 1-2, ground ball, foul. And got him. So Kraft down on strikes. Another K for Cirillo. And Jan Castellano will step in, hitting now .216. He struck out looking in his first at bat. 4 strikeouts for Cirillo. Castellano swings at the first one, 0-1. Ooh. Castellano had to turn away from that one. Curveball that hung up a little bit inside. And that one, same kind of a pitch by Cirillo, and this time it got away. That's been a pitch that for Cirillo has worked so effectively, and he just tapped his shoulder, my bad. And, you know, it's going to happen now and then. Even with the great pitchers, sometimes, you know, the ball will get away a little bit, and Castellano takes it on the left shoulder. Going to get hit by a pitch that's probably one of the better spots. That is the second batter hit by Joe Cirillo, who never hits anybody either. Curve is wide to Bill Fian, who steps in with a runner on and nobody out. Or correction, 1 out. Kraft struck out. Entering play today, Cirillo had only hit 3 batters on the year. He's hit 2 in this game. And that is fouled towards the first base side. And it's nowhere near as cold as it's been most of the spring. So today, cold is not really a factor. It's in the 50s, sunny skies. We are in Jersey City at the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex. Light breeze in right. Low. Cirillo is 6'1", 195 pounds. Throw back to first, and Castellano's in fine. Called strike, 2-2. Cirillo, the 2-2, and that's floated towards right field. And Borup comes in and makes the catch. So 2 away for Nick Legato. Legato today, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Chases that one. 0-1. Throw back to first just to check on Castellano. A 1. There goes Castellano, and he's going to steal as the catcher couldn't hold on to it cleanly. And with Cardona dropping the ball, Castellano could steal standing. So it'll be a ball and a strike. Elsewhere around the NJAC today, by the way, Rutgers Newark is at Ramapo. Rowan is at Kane. That's a very good game. Stockton at William Patterson. And Rutgers Camden at Montclair State. Montclair State will be back here in Jersey City tomorrow. We're going to make up a game that was supposed to have been played Thursday, but rain put a halt to that one before the first pitch. Both teams were here ready to play, but the skies did not cooperate. So a bunch of teams are in that boat tomorrow, and NJCU Montclair State will complete that series tomorrow. Which means that's another weekend when I don't have a single day off. Such is the life. 2 balls, 1 strike, so real deals. That's wide. I think Knights can tie this game with a hit. Low for ball 4. Unbelievable. Nick Legato walks. Joe Cirillo has walked 2 batters in the same game. That is unbelievable. He had walked 2 all year. He has walked 2 today. And Juan Pena steps in. One ball count here to Pena. Fastball is a called strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Softball just about to get underway on the other side of the complex against Rutgers Newark. We can hear the starting lineups. Ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit. Castellano around third. He's on his way home. The throw will be cut off. The Gothic Knights have tied it on an RBI single by Juan Pena. And we're knotted at 3. Pena now got 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 2 and been on base 3 times. Dan Berardi now steps in and fights that one off into the screen. Dan Berardi, RBI single in the 4th. He's 1 for 2 in this game, now hitting .348 on the year. 92 career RBIs for Dan Berardi. Got about a week or so plus potential playoff games to try to become the 4th to reach 100 career RBIs. Popped in the air, foul territory. Cardona screens his eyes, but it's out of play. And now a 2-strike count here to Dan Berardi. We are tied at 3. We are in the bottom of the 5th, game 1 of 2 in Jersey City. A much better day for baseball than most of us have experienced anywhere in the Northeast this spring. Been one of the coldest springs I can remember. Cirillo looking at Legato. Deals off the plate. Berardi lays off. One and 2 to the senior from Middlesex. Berardi was the conference player of the week 2 weeks ago. That's wide as well. Berardi works the count to 2-2. You figure the year Berardi's having, he'll probably be all conference this year. Pena's been putting up all conference caliber numbers in his first year in the league. Who else? 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Berardi chases the slider. And the inning comes to a close. The Gothic Knights do, however, get one back. On one hit, they strand 2. We are tied at 3 as we head to the 6th. And we're back here for the top of the sixth in game one. Lindsay will step in, followed by Anderson and McCarthy, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. McCabe has been fantastic in his first 3 innings in relief of Sean Gibney, who opened the game. And first pitch was ball 1. That's low as well, 2-0. Ground ball to Pulsini at second base. Fields it. A little lob over to first for out number 1. So with 1 out, Anderson, the DH, steps in. He's walked and he's struck out, scored 1 of the runs. So far, TCNJ 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The Gothic Knights 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And a good game right now between the first place team in the NJAC, as that is grounded over to Corsi for out number 2. Game between the first place team in the NJAC and probably the most surprising team in the NJAC this year, and that is the NJCU baseball team. It's been constantly on the rise under head coach Jerry Smith, now in his 7th season. Finished 500 last year, just narrowly missing the conference tournament. And NJCU already with 17 wins this year. McCarthy, first baseman, will dig in. He's flown out to left twice in this game. Yeah, that's wide of the plate. NJCU's single-season wins record is 19. They've done that 4 times. And that is high. 2-0. And for those who aren't familiar, you would think, well, 19 is not as many as, some teams win, like TCNJ wins most years. But in a league that's as difficult as the NJAC, it's hard to win games in the league. The Gothic Knights typically win a majority of their non-conference games. The last few years has been something like 81% of the non-conference games they won, but the conference games are not easy. The NJAC, year in and year out, if not the hardest league in Division III, certainly in the top few. McCabe is a strike away from getting out of this inning. That is popped foul off to our left. And that's really the only reason the Gothic Knights have never won 20 before. They've had the offense to do it many times. Pitching, some years they have it, some years they don't. Pitching this year has been pretty good for the most part. Inside, McCarthy lays off. That makes the count full. McCarthy out of Allentown, New Jersey. Allentown High School. Small town in western Monmouth County. 3-2. And that's fouled off again by McCarthy, who continues to fight off some of these sliders from McCabe. Three balls, 2 strikes. Again, McCarthy fouls it off. As the 5th foul ball of this at bat. And coming up will be the 9th pitch. McCabe has thrown 59 pitches in relief of Sean Gibney, who opened the game. 3-2. And that is ball 4. So he works out patiently the 2-out walk. And Jacob Simon will step in, the left fielder hitting .226. He's been hit by a pitch and scored today, 0 for 1. Big lead for McCarthy. Ground ball, Legato. Can't get there. That's to the left side. The first hit allowed by McCabe comes with 2 outs here in the 6th. So they'll bring up the catcher, Cardona. Cardona in this game has struck out twice. Once against Gibney and once against McCabe. One strike count. Another good pitch, this time just a little low. McCabe is part of our game day staff during basketball season. He was the shot clock operator for a majority of the home basketball games this year, men and women. And it hit him. Just got him on the sleeve. And now the bases are loaded for Fisher, who's already got 2 RBIs today, been on base twice. He's also been hit by a pitch. We'll have a quick chat here between Castellano and McCabe. TCNJ is 9-1 at home this year, 7-2 in neutral site games, but they are 4-3 on the road. And that's going to be it for McCabe. McCabe was terrific. But if the base is loaded, NJCU is going to bring in probably its best pitcher with the bases loaded. That is Dan Foley, the senior right-hander. We'll take the mound when we come back. So McCabe is out, and Dan Foley will come in with the bases loaded to try to get NJCU out of trouble, facing Ryan Fisher, who has a 2-run double in the 2nd and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. The number 9 hitter in the lineup has been the most productive so far today. First pitch to Fisher was a curve off the plate. Pressure situation Foley from the stretch. Check swing. He went around. 1-1. Curve just misses. 2-1. Foley, 10 appearances now, all in relief. He's 1-1 with a 5.4 ERA. He has struck out 9, walked 4 in 13 innings. Curve drops in. Good spot by Foley. And a 2-2 pitch will be coming here by the senior from Toms River, New Jersey, Toms River East High School, Army National Guard reservist. Foley deals, chopped to third base. Corsi lost his footing, slipped, was able to stumble, but still get a foot on the bag. A hard slide by Jacob Simon at third. He obviously did not mean to try to hurt Corsi there, as he did try to help him up there, and you saw him apologize on the hard slide. The inning is over as the ground out to third. A good play by Corsi to maintain his footing after slipping on the dirt. And Dan Foley comes in, and TCNJ leaves the bases loaded. Bottom of the sixth coming up. It is 3-3 NJCU. TCNJ. Dan Foley shuts the door with the bases loaded. NJCU softball is underway on the other side of the complex. They are in the bottom of the first inning. Newark leading NJCU 2-0 on senior day. And we will pause eventually to go over there, probably in the second game today, to honor the seniors. Joey Squillo and Melissa Mendoza. I'll do the senior day ceremony after game one ends over there at the other side of the complex. Meanwhile, Mike Ramirez will lead off here. That is a called strike at the knees. Joe Cirillo out for his sixth inning of work in a 3-3 game. NJCU giving all they can today to the NJAC pitcher of the year. Making him certainly work today. He's already walked 2 batters. He had only walked 2 all year coming in. One and 2 here to Ramirez. Cirillo's already hit 2 batters. He had walked just 3 all year. Ground ball. Good play at second base. And Ramirez is retired 4-3. Terrific play there by the TCNJ second baseman Ryan Fisher, covering a lot of ground. And it'll be Tom Pulsini, the NJCU second baseman, coming up. Fouled off. It's a ball and a strike here. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Way outside. High again. Three balls and 2 strikes. Cirillo deals. That's in the air down the right field line. And going to be out of play. A long foul ball for Pulsini. Three and 2 again to Pulsini. Cirillo has walked just 2 all year in 40.2 innings. He's walked 2 today. Popped in the air, foul. And a 3-2 count here. And Pulsini, as he does to many pitchers, is making Cirillo work. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The 3-2, and Pulsini chases ball 4. Big strikeout by Cirillo. The 6th of the game. And Matt Corsi, who grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the 4th inning, will step in. Corsi, the junior out of Toms River, New Jersey, Toms River East. Pop, right field, coming in and making the catch is Borup to end the inning. So the Gothic Knights go in order in the 6th. We're tied at 3, heading to the 7th. We're continuing on now, and it is the 7th inning. It'll be Borup who made the last catch, due up, followed by Persichetti and Schindler. Top of the order for TCNJ, ranked 12th by both D3 Baseball and the American Baseball Coaches Association. Full disclosure, I've been an original voter in the D3 Baseball poll since its inception, as that is line to left field for a base hit. Borup is digging for second base, and he will have a leadoff double. As I was saying, I have been voting in the D3 Baseball poll since its inception. I'm actually a founder of that poll. I have TCNJ ranked in my top 5 for the last few weeks. I think Rowan and TCNJ, both of them are teams that are going to make deep runs in the NCAA tournament. But we are a month away from that right now. Persichetti facing Dan Foley out there for another inning of work. And that is a called strike. At least I think it was a strike. The umpire has been a little hidden with his calls, so I'm not always sure. Foley deals. That's low. Go ahead run at second for the Lions. That's a called strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So the original call put out a fist, but it was actually a ball, not a strike. All right, well, we'll make that adjustment. No big deal. 2-1 is the count. He's showing bunt. Throw down to second base. What a throw by Castellano from his knees. And Borup had to dive back into second base. And it's 2-2. 3-1? Did he call that a ball? I don't know about that. 3 balls and 1 strikes. I thought that was offered at. Well, that is no doubt about it a strike, so 3-2. Do like when the umpire's a little bit more deliberate with the calls. Leaves any of the guessing out of it. 3-2. Ground ball. Corsi looks back the runner and throws out Persichetti. So 1 away. Schindler now will step in. 1 for 3 in this game. He flew out to center in the 5th, hitting .357. Pretty good crowd on hand on a beautiful day for baseball. Schindler calls time. Schindler's got 20 RBIs on the season. Go-ahead run at second base. He's one of 4 players on this TCNJ squad with at least 20 RBIs so far this year. In the air, left field, feed. Had to change directions. The ball looked like it swirled around a little bit. And there's 2 away. So 2 outs for Lindsay now, the third baseman and the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Ground out to second base in his last at bat. Lindsay leads the team with 30 RBIs, which is typically what you would expect out of your cleanup hitter. Slider for a called strike. Foley gets some nice movement on that pitch, and that's kind of his game. Throw back to second base, diving back in safely is Borup. Lindsay's a senior out of New Egypt, New Jersey, down in Ocean County. Fouled off to our right. Last year during the NCAA tournament, I was talking about Lindsay being from New Egypt, New Jersey, and I go to New Egypt once a year to go blueberry picking with my family. There's a great blueberry farm there. You pick it yourself. Ground ball, Corsi lost it, and it's going to be an E5. So an error keeps the inning alive. Borup will have to stay at second. And with still 2 outs, Anderson steps in. But I mentioned the blueberry story because after we told that story on the air, and there was, like 5,000 people watching that game on the stream, somebody came up to the booth the next day and brought us a fresh blueberry pie. Ground ball, Legato, flip to Polsini, and the 6-4 ground out ends the inning. Yeah, some of the New York State fans were like, oh, you think the Jersey blueberries are so good? Here's something from New York State, and brought us a blueberry pie, and let me say, it was fantastic, but nowhere as near as Jersey blueberries. Sorry, folks. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. We are tied at 3, 7th inning stretch in Game 1. Back here for the bottom of the 7th inning, and it'll be Kraft, Castellano, and Fian due up, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. First pitch by Cerullo is a called strike. Swings and misses at that 1-0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's the 7th strikeout for Cerullo. Jan Castellano was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th, and he steps in with 1 out. Breaking ball is a little low there by Cerullo, who has now thrown 91 pitches. And he could maybe go the distance today with this pitch count. Strike two, or strike one, 1-1. And that's lined off of the glove of the diving third baseman. Castellano, well, beat it out. It was actually a little closer than I originally thought it would be, as Schindler got to the ball off of the diving glove and was able to make a throw down to first. But Castellano with a single off of the glove of a diving Austin Lindsay. So Bill Feehan will step up. We are tied at 3. And that's in the air. Deep down the right field line. And it bounces up against the wall. Castellano around second on his way to third. He doesn't run as well, but Castellano, Feehan are in scoring position. Feehan nearly cleared the fence. A long double instead. So a double down the right field line. Castellano to third. The Gothic Knights now have 2 runners in scoring position. I thought that had a chance, and it nearly did, as it died right before the 3:30 sign down the right field line. 2 feet, 3 feet maybe from the fence. And that's lined to right center field. Coming in Zborov. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Castellano scores. And the Gothic Knights now in front 4-3. 3 straight hits. Nick Legato puts the Knights up. Feehan to third on the single and the RBI. So good opposite field hitting by Legato. Juan Pena steps in. Pena swings and misses. He is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. He's also been hit by a pitch, so he's been on base 3 times. 1 away here. Bottom of the 7th. And Cirillo fakes to third. Was really more concerned with Legato at first, because Legato at any given moment can steal second. He has not been caught this year. Throw back to first. Legato's in safe. The 0-1. Hanging curve. Good pitch by Cirillo. That pitch will freeze almost every batter. Another throw back to first. This time a little lob just to keep Legato honest. But the Gothic Knights with a 4-3 lead now, 8 hits against the NJAC pitcher of the year, Joe Cirillo, and a candidate to win it again this year. And that's lined to center field for a base hit. Feehan will walk home. Legato to second. Another RBI single by Juan Pena. 4th hit of the inning, and the Gothic Knights move up 5-3. 2 strike single by Pena. Dan Berardi now steps in, swings and misses. Did he get a piece of that? Might have got a piece of that. 0-1. This will be the 100th pitch coming up by Cirillo. Swung on and missed with the fastball, 0-2. Two teams split last year in Ewing. TCNJ won the first game 7-0. NJCU won the nightcap 6-4. And time's granted. That was, by the way, last year when NJCU won that game. It snapped a 39-game losing streak to TCNJ. Conversation on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes. Cirillo taking his time. Fouled off of the catcher. It remains 0-2. When NJCU won that game last year, the Lions were ranked 11th and 13th in 2 national polls. They're ranked 12th and 12th here. Gotham Knights flirted with the national ranking themselves in the first week of the season. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he gets him with the fastball. 2 away for Mike Ramirez. Now 8 strikeouts for Cirillo. It'll be up to Mike Ramirez here now with 2 men on. Ramirez hitting .276. Fouls this one off. Ramirez was the losing pitcher yesterday when the Knights fell in that night game to Montclair State 12-5. Only his second loss of the year. In this game, Ramirez 1 for 3 with a single in the 4th. Ground ball. Schindler will take it to the bag himself, and the inning comes to a close. So Pena's retired 6 unassisted, but the Gothic Knights get 2 runs on 4 hits. They leave 2, and we head to the 8th. 5-3. The Gothic Knights have scored 5 unanswered. Gothic Knights with a 5-3 lead. Dan Foley is out for another inning of work. He'll face McCarthy, Simon and Cardona. NJCU trying for a little history today. We're not going to discuss that yet. We'll wait till the 9th inning to see what the score is at that point. Don't want to jinx anything. Not that I believe in jinxes or anything, but I'm not going to discuss the historical note that I have on my head. McCarthy hitting .293. He's flown out twice to left, and he's walked and been stranded at third base. Chopper towards second base. Pulsini comes in. Throw to first is in time. So one away for Jacob Simon, the left fielder for TCNJ. Simon was hit by a pitch and scored in the second, lined out to right. He is also singled, so he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Again, I saw a lot of this TCNJ squad last year when I was announcing the NCAA tournament in New York. There's no doubt in my mind that TCNJ will be in the NCAAs this year, and if I'm lucky enough to announce another NCAA tournament, perhaps we'll see the Lions again. NJCU has never made the NCAA tournament in baseball. At minimum this year, we'll make the ECACs. That's pretty much a lock at this point. That's a call, strike 1-1. And that's line, right center field. Good piece of hitting, and it's rolling towards the gap. Simon around second, and he'll stop there. A one-out double for Simon. Third double of the game for the Lions. Fisher and Borup also have doubles. And I'll bring up the catcher, Cardona. Cardona's been struck out twice and hit by a pitch. Softball update, 4-0 in the third inning for Rutgers Newark. Called strike to Cardona, 1-1. Rowan, TCNJ yesterday played a great game in Glassboro. Rowan ranked second in the country. Beat TCNJ 1-0. Chopper in front of the plate rolls foul. TCNJ and Rowan will play again tomorrow in Ewing. Majority of the teams in the NJAC were rained out on Thursday and will make up games tomorrow. That'll be a 1 p.m. start tomorrow. One and two here by Foley. In the air, left field, Feehan coming in. He makes the catch. 2 away. So with 2 away, Ryan Fisher, the second baseman for the Lions. Curve off the plate. Low, 2-0. – . 2-ball count here with 2 outs in the 8th. Foley deals. Called strike. Another strike here by Foley. Foley deals. Got him chasing, and the inning is over. Dan Foley, another fine inning in relief. Ryan Fisher strikes out swinging, and Simon is stranded at second base. The runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th coming up in Game 1 here in Jersey City. Tom Pulsini will lead off for the Gothic Knights, leading 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th. This is the 3rd straight season these teams have met, with the Lions ranked nationally. Not fully unexpected, of course. And it'll be Pulsini, Corsi, and Kraft due up against Cirillo. And the first pitch is a base hit down the right field line. Pulsini will dig towards second base, and he will be there with a leadoff double against the NJAC Pitcher of the Year. And I'll be out to have a conversation, the pitching coach, with Cirillo. Cirillo, a preseason All-American by D3 Baseball. Last year, he had one of the best seasons ever for a TCNJ pitcher. He was 5-1 with a 1.48 ERA. He struck out 73 batters and fired 5 complete games. 2 of them were shutouts. A .209 opposing batting average last year. On the year, NJCU, by the way, now has 10 hits in this game. That is a season high against Cirillo. Previous high was 9 in 9 innings in a win over Rutgers Newark on March 31st. This is Cirillo's career numbers. These are insane. 23-5 in 32 starts. 35 appearances, 7 complete games, 3 shutouts. He's thrown 249 innings coming into play today and has struck out 175, walked 41. He's really good. and the Gothic Knights have 10 hits. That's just how potent this Gothic Knight offense has been most of the year, and the reason that they are battling for an NJAC tournament berth for the first time since 1995. That was the last time the baseball team made the NJAC tournament. Of course, a lot has changed under Jerry Smith, now in his 7th year as head coach. Matt Corsi will try to drive in Pulsini. Corsi hitting .279. He's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts to right. No shame in being 0 for 3 against Joe Cirillo, but Gothic Knights really would like a base hit here. Would like some insurance. That's a called strike. He'll be followed by Kraft and perhaps Castellano. Time is granted here by the home plate umpire. Bob Cardinal behind the plate. Joe Iglio's in the field. Low. One and one. Pulsini at second. Ground ball. He throw to second base, and it's thrown into center field. A throwing error by Cirillo. It is a fielder's choice, allowing Corsi to reach, and the Gothic Knights, with nobody out, have runners on the corners. Cirillo went to second. That's the wise decision right there, as you had Pulsini off the bag. A good throw probably would have had him, or it would have been at least close, but it was not a good throw. It was spiked into the dirt, and the error gives the Gothic Knights a huge break. And Jesse Kraft steps in. So Kraft hitting .256. He has struck out twice and fouled out. Drops down a perfect bunt. The Gothic Knights get another run. It is 6-3. Suicide squeeze right there as the runner was off, and it was perfect spot by Kraft. Nothing Cirillo could do there, and NJCU now is approaching some history. Corsi, by the way, goes to second base. And Jan Castellano will step in. And he's hit by a pitch. One out now. Bill Feehan steps in. Feehan doubled deep to right field. His last at bat fights this one off. Last time up, Bill Feehan missed a home run by maybe 2 or 3 feet. A ball that landed right in front of the 330 sign down the right field line. Fian's had an all NJAC caliber year. The 0-1, and that's punched foul. Diving and nearly making the catch was the third baseman, Lindsey. He laid out and full effort there. A great attempt. Just couldn't get there. Fian last year was a multiple-time Rookie of the Week. Len Gomez was the other sophomore this year who was a Rookie of the Week last year. Gomez was the only one of the two who made all-conference. Sorrell deals 0-2. Ground ball to second base. Bobbled at second base. They'll take the short play and the force. It was bobbled by the second baseman. By Fisher. Castellanos retired 4-6. Corsi advances. By the way, that run is now earned. Now, you know what? No, it's not earned because he would have been out anyway, so he should have been out. So I take that back. It remains unearned. Check myself there. 2 outs for Nick Legato. Runners on the corners. Ground ball. And Lindsey with a great play to grab that in the hole and then a little backhanded flip to second base to end the threat. So Legato grounds out on the fielder's choice. Fian retired 5-4. We will head to the 9th. In the 8th, a run on a hit. There was an error and 2 left on. It is 6-3 NJCU. When we come back, I'll give you a historical note that will blow your socks off. We head to the 9th. Dan Foley out. He will face Danny Borup, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Borup doubled in the 7th. He was stranded there. We say hello to Dave Armstrong. NJCU alum watching this game will tell you why that's significant in a moment. Pop up. Left side of the infield, and it falls in for a base hit. Corsi lost it in the sun. And a big break for TCNJ. A mile-high pop-up lost on a beautiful day here in Jersey City in the sun. And it'll be Persichetti due up. 1 ball, runner on. Foley deals, called strike. One and one. I'm battling a cold, but I'm happy to be here as the Gothic Knights with a 6-3 lead in the 9th against the 12th ranked Lions of TCNJ. The two teams split last year in Jersey City. This could be two. Legato, Pulsini, to first. Not in time, as Berardi couldn't dig it out, so they get the force. But a 6-4 retires Borit, and Schindler is due up, the reigning NJAC Player of the Year. TCNJ last year had the Player of the Year, the Pitcher of the Year, and was a win shy of being in the NJAC, I should say the NCAA New York Regional Final. And there's no reason they can't do the same thing this year, or further. They trail here with 1 out, 6-3. Nice pitch by Foley for strike 1. Last year they split in Ewing. That had a 30-game losing streak, 38-game losing streak to TCNJ. I think it actually was 39 games because TCNJ won the first of that doubleheader before the Knights won the second game. So it was a long streak that NJCU ended last year in Ewing. The first win, I believe, since 1997 in Ewing. Of course, a different Gothic Knight program than we are accustomed to. That's in the dirt, hit the plate, and the wild pitch will advance the runner. Two balls and 1 strike. Gothic Knights looking for 2 more outs to close this. That's well off the plate, 3-1. Good pitch by Foley on the outside corner, and it's 3-2. Three and two. Runner at second. Foley deals, and that's line to right center. That is a base hit. Schindler will drive in a run to make it 6-4 with a double. As the first run for the Lions since they put up 3 in the second inning. So Lindsay will step in. He represents the tying run. 6-4, 1 out here in the 9th. Softball update, Rutgers Newark leads the Gothic Knights 5-0. That's in the 5th inning. Other side of the complex. Foley drops in a curve. Which I think might have been a slider. No balls, 1 strike. That's in the air to deep left field. And it's going to bounce up against the fence. Schindler around third. He will score back-to-back doubles. And now the Lions have the tying run at second base with 1 out. And Jerry Smith is going to come out and have a pitching change, most likely. That's going to be it for Dan Foley. A great job in relief. Foley, 2 2/3 innings, allowed just 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 1. Kyle Kafer is going to come in and try to close this one out when we come back. Kyle Kafer will come in replace of Dan Foley, the senior left-hander out of Bordentown. The tying run on second base here in the top of the ninth. Kafer will look for his second save of the year. He's 3-2 with a 3.74 ERA. First pitch to the designated hitter Anderson is a called strike. Anderson walked and scored in the second. Otherwise, he's 0 for 3. The 0-1 by Kafer. Another called strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Kafer deals. In the dirt, blocked by Castellano. The 1-2. Fly ball, right field, chasing back Pena. And it's going to be over his head and will probably tie this game. Throw in to Pulsini and Legato, and they actually hold up the runner. They had to hold him up to see if it would be caught. So the Gothic Knights do get a break there. It does not tie the game. However, a long single, and he's going to actually move to second. It's going to end up being a double for Anderson, and the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. And Tom McCarthy is due up. First pitch by Kiefer is a called strike. The 0-1. In the air, left field, chasing back Bill Feehan. He makes the catch, and this will tie the game. TCNJ with 3 runs here in the top of the 9th, and they have battled back to tie it at 6-6. Go ahead run now with 2 outs still at second base. Jacob Simon is the batter. Fastball by Kiefer. Each team now with 10 hits as the Lions have scored 3 in the top of the 9th. That double play could have ended the game. 2-strike count. Had NJCU turned that double play and that fly ball, and you're talking about the game over. Instead, it's tied 6-6. The 0-2, ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Anderson, and the Lions have roared back, and they lead 7-6. The Lions have roared back with 4 runs to stun the Knights here in the 9th. Kiefer was ahead 0-2. He's ahead 0-2 here. There goes the runner. And a stolen base by Simon. One ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count. Slow roller to Legato. Throw to first in time. 6-3. However, the Lions, 4 runs on 5 hits. They leave 1. Now the Gothic Knights have their backs against the wall, trailing 7-6 as we head to the 9th. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the ninth inning. There were a bunch of changes made. The umpire didn't communicate a single one with me, so I had to go out and do some investigation. Thanks to the TCNJ coaches for actually helping me out there. This is why we need numbers on the front of uniforms, folks, so we have an idea what the heck's going on, but I digress. Juan Pena was at the first pitch. He was hit by the first pitch, and Dan Berardi will step in. We have a relief pitcher here. It'll be number 33, Matt Curry, the 6'4" senior right-hander out of Marlton, New Jersey, 225-pounder. Ground ball to third, and it's a huge 5-4-3 double play. And the Gothic Knights are suddenly down to their final out. NJCU had a chance to win this game, and they now find themselves an out away from falling by a run. Called strike to Ramirez. Curry. It's a called strike. And NJCU down to its final strike. Curry last year, I think, was called the Hamburglar was the nickname they gave him. Because he stole a lot of wins. Swung on and missed. He gets the save here as Ramirez down on strikes, and the Lions improbably rally for a 7-6 win with 4 runs in the top of the ninth inning as the 12th-ranked TCNJ Lions avoid being upset in Game 1. They prevail 7-6 in a game that took just under 3 hours. In the ninth inning for the Knights, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. Curry with the save. That is his 6th of the year. He continues to shut doors. His 11th appearance. He has struck out 9. Correction, now 10, walking just 1 in 11 innings this year. The save gives the Lions the victory, 7-6. So 4 runs in the top of the ninth. TCNJ 7 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. NJCU 2 runs in the 7th to take the lead. A run in the 8th for insurance, but it wasn't enough. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Heartbreaking loss for the Gothic Knights, who are looking to end the long losing streak at home to TCNJ. They'll have to wait till Game 2 to see if they're able to do that. We're going to sign off this broadcast, and then we'll sign back on in time for Game 2. It'll be a different link at NJCUGothicKnights.com. Thanks for watching this broadcast of Gothic Knight Baseball and Gothic Vision. TCNJ victorious 7-6.